final stretch. And then we'll finally officially be caught up with Rick and Morty. All the way. Last 2 episodes of Season 4. Sheesh. This season's been probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite so far. I mean, the Meta Train, the friggin' the app episode.
The acid vat episode.
Yeah, the vat of acid.
That was quite something.
That was hilarious.
That's my favorite episode of the whole series so far.
I mean, you write an entire episode based around a botched attempt at fooling some gangsters, and that's what you come up with. But Morty, you could fool them if only you had a fake vat of acid. Jesus. Hey, but the last 2 episodes, I'm interested to see what the hell's going to happen. I just want to get into it, so let's just get this up on screen. Let's see what happens. Here we go.
And then you can get right back to your dumb vacation with a family that doesn't need you.
Ouch.
I expected someone to defend me, but sure, okay.
Isn't it obvious, Morty? I f***ed the planet.
Of course he did.
Excuse me?
Of course he did.
So we're going to Guardians 2 this?
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. It's what it looks like. Effectively, it reversed Guardians 2 because it was the planet who screwed a bunch of women. Instead, it's Rick who screwed the planet.
I mean, you know.
I mean, hey, whatever gets your rocks off, bud. Oh, God.
Yeah, and snakes look like dildos, Beth. What's your point?
They do?
Fact is, even if they were not, the
Jerry.
it's evolution. Damn it, Beth, if you're gonna do it, at least
How many times have you tried to fix something before and that's worked out?
Whatever you need, baby.
Jesus Christ, you really need to stop hanging out with Rick. Obviously, so they can bully the mathematicians and give us astronomers.
God, you were such a space nerd.
I'm not a nerd. We're raising a society here, Beth.
Wow.
What?
Wait.
Middle Earth, flat Earth, and round Earth?
Jesus Christ, guys. Well, at least I'm happy about one thing. Flat Earth only has 2 doors, whereas round Earth and Middle Earth have 3. It should be like a micro door, like a friggin' schism for them to creep through. And then all of a sudden they're like, this is stupid. Oh, hey, round Earth. It looked like very few were going in, too.
I can add an online college workaround.
Or just push them out through a pipe in the back.
Same thing. These kids may not be mine.
She finally has something to connect with that. Oh, no.
Wow. Jerry's going to make his society.
What is that? This is camping. Camping? Ooh.
Wow.
Then why do they not camp? Because they're bad. Bad.
Great.
Oh my God.
Way to go, Jerry.
Right. Maybe we have no life
Huh?
skills.
So way to go, Jerry.
Yeah.
Whoa, these controls. It's just like my video game controllers. Well,
I think we got this, bro.
Beth, you want to do the honors?
What, really? Wow. Okay. Here we go.
Hey.
Yes, about that.
Hell, it's good to see you, baby. Gaia, you know this guy? Huh? You call her Gaia? So lame.
Is that God?
Rick, the kids. I messed up. You're not their father.
God is the father?
No hard feelings, okay? We thought they were yours, you know, because they're so small. Oh, wow, no hard feelings. You hear that, Beth? Guy swoops in after we raise his whole civilization and tells us he forgives us. What a mooch. Don't push me, asshole.
Rick, I think you should go.
Now
Jerry? Oh my god! Is that you? What the hell are you doing?
Camping.
Oh look, Jerry finally found his people. All it took was a deep enough drip pan.
You label these creatures unproductive, but I have given them more purpose than effort.
Oh yeah, they filing your unemployment forms?
You wanna go, bro? I'll kick your ass myself.
Oh, dude, don't tempt me. When I'm done with you, you'll need a staff to unpart your face.
Guys, the kids.
You for real just trying to smite me?
Kick his ass, Dad.
Bear witness.
Oh my gosh.
Now you see my true form.
You look like Kid Rock Zeus. Oh, seriously, you expect me to fight like this? You're the size of 4 Empire State Buildings.
Ow. A cosmic space bat.
You like that?
Oof, right in the nethers. I have a bad feeling about this. Aw.
Jesus Christ, is that the wings?
Says the woman who sold out her family for an ounce of approval from her drunk father.
Maybe he drinks because it isn't easy to be more powerful than God.
Well, if it's God power that gets you going, light some candles and put on the Billy Ocean, because Moses is home, and he's ready to burn some bush. Chaboom!
Wow. That's pretty funny.
I think you mean school's in.
What are you talking about?
If you're teaching fear, then choking me, school would be in.
Fine, school's in, bitch.
Ooh.
What the?
It was, oh god.
I don't ever want to be high again. I got scared straight. Oh my god, I got scared straight.
You did real good here. You did good. Getting high and playing video games is the best. I swear to God. No, your parents are a bag of dicks. Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Dude. Oh.
Relax, it's just a Zeus. If this was the real God, it'd be a completely different story.
What did you do? You killed their father!
Father or not, he was a lying piece of shit. I don't care who else stuffed your crust, but I'm the guy that showed up. But, I mean, if you want, I could still power wash his guts off the tower and...
Well, her slam piece was a fucking dick.
Just killing all our children, too.
Oh yeah, don't ask me for money.
Oh, that's pretty much what my mom told me.
Those guys to hunt us down, right?
Your kid got high on alien mist and drove the ship into...
No, dick!
We murdered him. Well, you did. I mean, not to cast the first stone, but Beth and Jerry, pretty terrible parenting on your part. Did you
Wow.
know the Kazak's array? She basically smoked the ring.
You gotta say, if you want to throw barbs, he can throw barbs right back. That's something I learned very, very early on from my dad. You know, if I want to... Like, my sister tried to pull up everything, like, you know, try and be like, you were, like, they had a pretty knockdown, drag-out argument. And, not, like, literal knockdown, drag-out, but just, like, they were throwing fire at each other, and my sister thought she got the upper hand, but then my dad pretty much layeth the smacka down all over her candy ass. I'll just say this. She tried to bring up the fact that, you know, her and, like, my dad and my mom getting divorced was, like, the worst thing that could have happened, and, you know, he was never there, blah, 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 this and that. And he's just like, I paid for your first 2 years of college, I gave you a car, I gave you a house, I gave you everything that you could ever have dreamt of until you were 23. And guess what? You still went out, you married a loser, had 3 kids, and where's your life at now?
Well, man.
Wrecked.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Look, and my sister seems to have finally gotten over herself, and she's kind of gotten on the right path. But honestly, people don't take responsibility for themselves. Oftentimes, they want to just hurl it off on everyone else, and that's not. And you see, Rick effectively taking responsibility for kids, even though he said in the beginning those aren't my kids, because he pretty much knew they weren't, he still took responsibility in some way and helped them get on their feet. Even though, some were left off into the, into the wilds. I mean, yeah, the whole thing about building a society in this is sort of on the nose, but honestly, it doesn't have to be that cut and dry. It's never that cut and dry. It's supposed to be taken as an allegory. But
I'm just gonna say, even though the previous episode was probably my favorite episode of Rick and Morty, I think this is probably one of my least favorites so far.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's...
There weren't as many laughs, and it was just kind of...
There's...
meh.
Well, the thing with this one is it's supposed to really be a jab at society and be a jab at... They were taking a lot of stabs in this one. I think if they would have concentrated more on just one, it could have been a lot more funny, but where they were throwing so much at you in terms of religious allegory, societal allegory, pretty much throwing what's that? The one with the kids who wind up on the island and wind up forming tribes and killing each other.
Lord of the Flies.
Yeah, Lord of the Flies. Yeah. They were throwing all these allegories at you from different forms of literature and ideologies.
Like pointing out the whole thing is like, basically it's kind of like dads make situations where they can seem more important than they usually seem. Like taking kids out and being like, see, I can do cool things out here. It's like, yeah, because there's nothing else cooler out here to do than that. It's like pretty much.
Well, my dad's got a big leg up over me. He can build a house, literally from the ground up. And I'm just sitting there, just like, I can't do that. Like me, I can hang sheetrock. I know how to repair stuff, but when it comes to knowing, like, from bottom to top, from foundation to putting on the shingles and like running electricity and plumbing, I'm lost. But my dad's a handyman. Like, he's like, if I ever run into like the carpet that's in the room where Lucy's at, when we tore up the previous carpet, I called him and I'm just like, hey Pop, I don't know a single damn thing about laying carpet. Because I looked up tutorials online and I'm just like, I'm gonna mess this up royally. I'm gonna call in somebody who at least has experience with it. And he came in. It took him maybe a few hours to just get everything set up, the carpet hemmed together, and then just running it under the walls and getting everything tacked up. It was good. Perfect. I mean,
my dad never actually did any of that, like, we're gonna go do this whether you want to or not type stuff.
My dad was kind of like that with me. I'm not gonna say forced me, but he encouraged me in a very adultish kind of way to want to learn stuff. Like learning how to shoot, learning how to put up a tent, learning how to, survive in the outdoors a little bit.
It was more like I had the idea to do things, and like I wanted to try things, and so once I got into trying stuff, it took an act of God for me to convince my parents to let me quit when I didn't enjoy it. Because they've had like the mentality that like, oh, we spent money on this, and you decided you wanted to do this, so you're gonna keep doing it, basically, type thing,
That's
like it happened with basketball. It took me forever to convince them to let me quit basketball. Then it took me forever to convince them to let me quit baseball. It took them forever to like I could not convince them to let me quit Boy Scouts. Like I kind of wanted to quit like after my troop started being dickheads to me all the time.
Yeah.
But my mom was like, "You're too close to quit. You're too close to quit." And it was like until basically that she got fed up with the troop as well.
And then
I finally got to quit, but I, in retrospect, kind of regret completely quitting and not like changing to a different troop to finish my Eagle Scout badge because I was fucking right there.
Yeah, you had it.
But yeah, I don't know. It was just a lot of like I would be
Never
like, I want to try this, and then it's like you're gonna keep doing it now that you tried it, type thing. Like
that's
it's like don't be a quitter, basically.
I'm not gonna say this is a sign of bad parenting because
but it wasn't like you have to go do this. It was just like you can't quit once you start. Like, I'm just like, what's up with that?
That's a little bit of the mentality of if you start something, see it through. But at the same time, when it's something as pedantic as basketball or baseball or even Boy Scouts, I think I can understand why they wouldn't want you to quit when you were that close.
Yeah.
Well, I would have looked for different avenues, but at the same time, yeah.
But it was like 2 years of putting up with like bullying and bullshit that I had to do because they wouldn't let me quit the Scouts or move troops, so
yeah,
kind of sucked.
But still, I mean, those experiences, though not traumatic, but are, you know, though trying and like frustrating to deal with, you know, you learn from them every now and again. I mean, as long the thing with experience is
character building to an extent.
Yeah.
Like I got a lot of like, I guess experience in terms of dealing with people who just think they're better than you and want to be assholes, pretty much.
Got that a lot too when I was in Scouts. I'd never made it. I got to like the second level of like Boy Scout of Boy Scouts. I got to like the second level where, you know, I got past Weebelo, and then I got into Boy Scouts, and then after that I did like 2 years of it, and then I was done. I just couldn't deal with the nonsense. Kids whose parents were literally the Scoutmasters, you know, getting to get ahead of you and jump ahead of you, and then even though they're younger than you, because their parents were around and were able to fill out all the stuff so they could get their Scout badges before anyone else, all of a sudden, oh, they're the troop leader now. They automatically know this. They know that. And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, when Chris Mullins showed up and he was already 3 levels ahead of me because his dad was a Scoutmaster, fuck that. I ain't going to deal with that shit. Like that's pretty much nepotism. That's pure nepotism, and that's something that should never be encouraged in life. I mean, I love my sister to death, but I'm not gonna put her in charge of doing anything that could be detrimental and could effectively collapse the channel. I'm not gonna do that. That wouldn't be right. Because there's people I know and trust and whom I've worked with for years that could do the job and do it better than she ever could. I mean, choosing family over like qualified people is wrong. Mm-hmm. Well, it is what it is. Anyway, we got the post. I think there's a post-credit scene in this one. Looks like it.
There's always one on Rick and Morty.
Yeah, almost always. Oh, come on. Move, dang it. There we go. Okay, here we go. Oh, God. I see that. Rick!
I was watching over your shoulder for a full minute.
Wow.
Not interested, Rick. Not interested.
Wow.
All right. That's going to do it, I think, for this episode. We got the finale to get to. Hopefully, we will see you all there. So I guess until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
Micah.
I am Nick.
We'll see you then, everybody. Peace out. Jesus Christ.